Welcome back to the channel. MS Old Coins and fascinating stories that many people overlook in everyday life. Around the world, small ordinary objects sometimes carry extraordinary value. First up, today we are talking about one single coin that has attracted attention among collectors. The 2002 Spanish 20 euro cent coin. At first glance, it may look like just another everyday European coin, but collectors and coin enthusiasts know that some examples of this coin can become very desirable depending on condition, rarity, and collector demand. The coin we are discussing was issued by European Central Bank when Spain officially adopted the euro currency in 2002. Before that time, Spain used the Spanish peseta, but with the launch of the euro, a completely new set of coins was created for circulation across Europe. Spain designed its own national side for these coins, while keeping a common European side shared by all euro countries. On the Spanish national side of the 20 euro cent coin, you will see the portrait of the famous Spanish writer Miguel de Cervantes. Cervantes is one of the most respected literary figures in history and the author of the legendary novel Don Quixote, which is widely considered one of the greatest works of world literature. The word España appears clearly on the coin, proudly identifying its country of origin. Around the outer edge are the 12 stars representing the unity of the European Union. The portrait of Cervantes was chosen not only for his literary importance, but also to symbolize Spanish culture and intellectual heritage. The coin itself was minted in Spain at the well-known Royal Mint of Spain, which has produced Spanish coins for centuries. When the euro currency launched in 2002, millions of coins were struck to ensure that the new monetary system could circulate smoothly across the country. But here is where things become exciting for collectors. While millions of these coins were produced, certain examples of the 2002 Spanish 20 euro cent coin have become highly sought after because of minting variations, pristine uncirculated condition, or rare production characteristics that make them stand out from ordinary circulation coins. Coin collectors around the world often search for early euro coins from 2002 because they represent the very beginning of the euro era. These first-year issues have historical importance, especially when they remain in near-perfect condition after more than 2 decades. The portrait of Cervantes on the coin adds additional cultural appeal. Collectors who focus on literary history, Spanish heritage, or European currency transitions often seek coins that honor important historical figures like Miguel de Cervantes. Another reason collectors pay attention to this coin is the possibility of mint errors. Occasionally, coins leave the mint with unusual features such as misaligned strikes, unusual surfaces, or slight design variations. When such examples appear, their desirability among collectors can increase dramatically. Over the years, some well-preserved examples of the 2002 Spanish 20 euro cent coin have been offered through auctions and private sales, attracting strong interest from coin collectors and European currency enthusiasts. In top collectible condition, especially when graded or preserved carefully, the price of this single coin can climb surprisingly high compared with its original face value. Some rare and exceptional examples have been discussed in collector communities, with potential values reaching as high as $800 or even more depending on demand and condition. This is exactly why many collectors carefully examine their change, old jars of coins, and inherited collections. A coin that once seemed ordinary may suddenly reveal itself as a collectible item worth far more than expected. If you happen to own the 2002 Spanish 20 euro cent coin with the portrait of Miguel de Cervantes, it could be worth taking a closer look at it. Pay attention to its condition, its shine, and whether it has any unusual minting details that make it stand out. Collectors often recommend storing valuable coins safely in protective holders or coin capsules to preserve their quality. The better the condition remains, the greater the potential value when collectors begin searching for that specific piece. As interest in early euro coins continues to grow, coins like the 2002 Spanish 20 euro cent are becoming part of an important historical moment. The birth of a shared European currency that changed the financial landscape of the continent. So the next time you come across a small copper-colored euro coin with the portrait of Miguel de Cervantes and the name España, take a moment to look at it carefully. That single coin could represent not only a piece of European history, but also a surprisingly valuable collectible treasure. And who knows, the very coin sitting in your drawer today might be the next one collectors are searching for, potentially turning a simple 20 euro cent coin into a discovery worth hundreds of dollars. Next coin, the Spanish 20 euro cent coin from 2006, is a fascinating piece of European currency that captures both cultural pride and modern monetary history. This particular coin features the portrait of the legendary Spanish writer Miguel de Cervantes, whose image represents Spain's literary heritage and intellectual legacy. Spain introduced this coin as part of the euro currency system created by the European Central Bank. When the euro became the official currency in many European countries, each nation designed one side of its coins to reflect its own culture and identity. Spain chose Miguel de Cervantes as the symbol for several of its cent coins. The coin was minted in Spain and displays the word España, along with the year 2006. Surrounding the design are 12 stars representing the unity of the European Union. The image of Cervantes reminds people of his monumental contribution to world literature, especially through his famous novel Don Quixote. The reason this coin attracts attention among collectors is not just its design, but also its place in the early years of euro circulation. Coins produced during the first decade of the euro often gain interest as historical artifacts marking a major financial transition in Europe. In 2006, Spain produced many euro coins to support everyday transactions. However, over time, collectors began preserving certain examples that remained in excellent condition. Coins that stayed bright, uncirculated, and well-preserved became increasingly desirable. For collectors, condition is one of the most important factors determining value. A 2006 Spanish 20 euro cent coin that looks almost brand new, with sharp details and strong luster, can attract far more attention than one that has circulated heavily. Another factor that can push the value higher is the possibility of mint variations. Sometimes coins are struck slightly differently during production, creating unique characteristics that collectors actively search for. Because the coin carries the portrait of Miguel de Cervantes, it also appeals to collectors interested in historical figures and literary icons. Cervantes remains one of the most celebrated writers in Spanish history, which adds cultural value to the coin. As the years pass, coins from the early euro era are slowly disappearing from circulation as collectors store them in private collections. This natural reduction in available pieces can increase demand among numismatists. Right now, the typical circulating value of the 2006 Spanish 20 euro cent coin remains close to its face value, but collectible examples in exceptional condition are discussed among collectors at much higher levels. Some pristine examples that remain carefully preserved have been known to reach prices around $50 to $150 in collector markets, when buyers are searching for high-grade pieces. Even more exciting is the possibility that rare examples with unique mint characteristics or perfect grading could reach values close to $500 or higher when demand from collectors increases. Collectors often look for coins from the same year that have extraordinary shine, strong edge definition, and flawless surfaces. These details can turn a simple coin into a collectible piece worth many times its original value. The history behind the coin also contributes to its importance. The early 2000s marked a period when European nations transitioned into a shared currency system, a change that reshaped trade and economic cooperation across the continent. Because of this historic shift, coins like the 2006 Spanish 20 euro cent have become symbols of a major financial milestone for Europe. Many collectors want to own coins that represent the early years of the euro. Looking ahead into the future, numismatic experts often believe that well-preserved euro coins from the first generation of circulation will become increasingly collectible as time passes. If the demand for early euro coins continues to grow, the value of high-quality examples of the 2006 Spanish 20 euro cent coin could climb significantly in the coming decades. Some enthusiastic collectors even believe that exceptionally rare or perfectly graded examples might one day approach values around $1,000 as interest in euro history continues to expand worldwide. For anyone who happens to find this coin in their collection or spare change, it can be exciting to realize that such a small object carries both historical meaning and collector potential. Carefully preserving the coin, avoiding scratches, and storing it safely can help maintain its condition, which is one of the most important factors for maximizing its value in the collector market. The Spanish 20 euro cent coin from 2006 therefore represents more than just currency. It stands as a tribute to Miguel de Cervantes, a symbol of Spanish culture, and a small but meaningful piece of the story behind Europe's shared monetary future. Second coin 2009, Spanish 20 euro cent coin, is one of the recognizable coins of the euro era, carrying the portrait of the legendary Spanish writer Miguel de Cervantes. This coin represents Spain's cultural identity, while also being part of the shared European currency system created under the guidance of the European Central Bank. The coin was officially issued in 2009 in Spain as part of the Euro circulation series. During that year, millions of coins were produced so people across the country could easily use the new European currency in everyday transactions. On the front side of the coin, you can see the portrait of Miguel de Cervantes, along with the inscription España and the year 2009. Around the outer edge are 12 stars representing the unity of the European Union, symbolizing cooperation between European countries. Cervantes was chosen for this design because he is widely considered the father of modern Spanish literature. His famous novel Don Quixote remains one of the most influential books in world history and represents Spain's cultural achievements. The coin itself is made from a special metal alloy known as Nordic gold, which contains copper, aluminum, zinc, and tin. It weighs about 5.74 grams and has a diameter of about 22.25 millimeters, making it slightly larger than many other small denomination coins. Euronumi EU+1. The 2009 Spanish 20 euro cent coin was produced in large quantities at the Madrid Mint. In fact, about 75,327,500 coins were minted that year to support circulation across Spain and the Eurozone. Euronumi+1. Because of this large production number, millions of these coins entered everyday circulation. Over time, many were spent, lost, or stored away, while collectors began keeping the best examples for their collections. Collectors today are interested in this coin because it belongs to the early generation of euro coins that were issued shortly after the euro became a major global currency. Coins from this era mark an important economic change in Europe. Many coin enthusiasts actively search for early euro coins in excellent condition. When a coin survives with strong shine, sharp design details, and minimal wear, collectors often compete to add it to their collections. Right now, the average collector value for a typical 2009 Spanish 20 euro cent coin is around 25 cents to 50 cents, depending on its condition. 4+1. However, coins preserved in uncirculated or mint condition can attract higher interest from collectors. Some graded pieces and carefully preserved examples have been seen selling between $5 and $12 in collector markets. CoinsCatalog.net. The most exciting part for collectors comes when unusual versions appear. Coins with exceptional condition, proof finishes, or unique minting characteristics can attract much stronger demand. When collectors start competing for a particularly clean or rare example, the price can climb dramatically compared with the original value of only 20 euro cents. Because the coin carries the portrait of Cervantes, it also appeals to collectors who specialize in historical figures, literature-themed coins, or European cultural heritage. Many collectors believe that early euro coins will become more valuable as time passes. As fewer pristine examples remain in circulation, demand among collectors can increase significantly. If a 2009 Spanish 20 euro cent coin is preserved perfectly and graded by professional coin grading services, its collectible value could reach around $50 or even higher in specialized auctions. Some enthusiastic collectors even speculate that extremely rare or perfect specimens could one day reach prices close to $300 or more if demand grows and collectors compete for high-grade pieces. Today, thousands of collectors across Europe and around the world search for euro coins from the early years of the currency. Online marketplaces, auctions, and coin forums show constant interest in coins like this one. That means the 2009 Spanish 20 euro cent coin is not just everyday money. It is a small piece of European monetary history and a tribute to one of Spain's greatest writers. For anyone who finds this coin in their collection, it can be an exciting discovery. With careful preservation and growing collector demand, this single coin has the potential to become a valuable collectible piece worth far more than its original denomination.